afternoon, Coolest Coast. It is time for Coffee on the Coast. Good afternoon and welcome to this episode of Coffee on the Coast. I'm your host today, Tina Prigge, welcoming back to the show from Manitowoc Public Library, Sharon Verbeten, and welcome Betty Schwede. So nice to see you. You are here because we are talking about something to warm us up while we've got all of this snow around us, and that is the winter reading program. I'm just going to put up this quick graphic. Warm up to a good book. I feel like we've got a lot of exciting stuff to talk about. Where do you want to begin?
We can start with the time frame.
Yes.
You can register now. The program runs January 15th through February 25th. So it's a 6-week program.
Okay. Winter reading starts January 15th. That is 5 days from now through February 26th.
25th.
Okay. Through February 25th. So people should be signing up now, getting the materials now.
Yes, you can sign up through our Beanstack app. If you've done any of our reading challenges, it's available in Beanstack. You can just click to sign up for it, or you can stop by the library, and we have paper trackers for anyone that still wants to keep track visually, especially for the kids too, just to mark it down. It's a matter of reading 10 hours in those 6 weeks, or 10 hours to complete the challenge, which is like 15 minutes a day. So it's not impossible. 10 hours sounds like a lot, but even for little ones, you're reading those picture books, or you're sitting down to practice the reading with beginning readers and stuff. So very doable.
Okay. You know what? That begs the question. So the winter reading, what age is this for? Like the entire scope?
All ages. Of course, little bitty ones and pre-readers, you're going to be reading to them. That time counts that you're reading to them, and read whatever you want. All the books. And of course, practicing readers, you can read to them. It's a family read aloud. Cool, do it. Read the chapter book all together and listen to the book. Whether someone in the house is reading or if you're listening to an audiobook, we're counting that. That's the time you're doing. This is a matter of counting time for this challenge. And or of course, when you practice reading, second graders practicing doing their reading for school, count that. It all counts. Adults, if you're reading articles online, you're reading the magazine, the newspaper, that's your reading. That's what we're counting.
Nice. I've been reading books. I've been listening to a lot of audiobooks actually, because I can do work while I'm listening. Does that count?
Oh, absolutely. I've been doing a little bit more of that too. And the other thing is, we're trying to, I know some people have that whole fitness challenge. They're trying to exercise a little bit more. Well, put in an audiobook, or listen to an audiobook, whatever format you use, and do that while you're on the elliptical or treadmill or whatever it is, you're lifting weights or whatever. You can listen to an audiobook then, and certainly double up on that time.
So no matter what you're reading, whether you're being read to, reading to someone else, reading for your own pleasure, listening, it all counts towards these 10 hours. And if I could just put in a little plug for audiobooks, they have really stepped up their game. Some of the performances of audiobooks are super enjoyable.
Very much.
We have a brand new collection. I'm glad you brought that up, Tina. We have a brand new collection in our children's department. They're called Playaways, and they're self-contained audiobooks. Don't need a CD player. Basically, all you need is you plug in your headphones, or you can plug the Playaway into your car's stereo system, and it's the whole entire book. So if you have 2 little kids in the back seat, they each want to listen to their own book. So it's a brand new collection, just put out on the shelves around the holidays. So we're excited. Betty and I and the rest of the team are excited to show you what those are all about.
Oh, that is super cool. This is the first I've heard of that, and I love that. That's such a great idea.
If they work well in children's, we may expand to adult. We've got some of the favorites for the kids, and literally pop a battery in it, plug in your headphone, and you're good to go. Perfect on the elliptical, Betty. I've used them that way. I've listened to them on airplanes. Very portable way to listen.
That's awesome. Okay, Betty, you also mentioned that you have the paper trackers people can stop in and pick up, or that they can do it via Beanstack app. What if somebody is interested in Beanstack app but has never used it before, or is a little nervous about using it? What should they know? How do they approach that?
Well, you can go through our library website to get your account set up. There's going to be an account holder, the adult in the house, and then you can have as many readers as you want. Other adults, parents or 2 adults, 3 adults, whatever, can be on an account as well. You can go to manitowoclibrary.beanstack.org to get into our library app, though. It's make sure that you're signing up at the Manitowoc Public Library. And it is a matter of either going through a website on a PC or downloading the app on your phone. It's pretty basic. If you get stuck as to where to find things, give us a call, stop in. We can show you, if anyone at the desk can show you what's where in the app on your phone. It's pretty user friendly, pretty basic. You can't mess it up that way. So,
Awesome.
and it's the challenge. If you're in there, if you have the account or whatever, you have the app, just go into that, and the winter reading challenge should pop up as an option. Just click sign up for it.
Beautiful. So I know that the incentive for participating in a winter reading program is because you get to treat yourself to, you get to have this motivation and the indulgence in reading. But did I hear that there's also some incentive for participating?
Oh yeah, we always have a completion prize, at least for fun. We have books for the kids, so 0 through 11 or 12 years old. The kids reading program, and of course there's picture books and board books and things too. That's just some of them. Kids get to pick a free book, and then this year for the teensy and the adults, they get to pick a prize. So we have like journals and some puzzle books or flashlights, a little more practical kind of fun stuff that way too. So we definitely have a completion prize. As soon as you've read that 10 hours, and it can take the whole time, but as soon as you've read the 10 hours, you can come in to get the prize. And we, of course, can help you sign up and take care of it and do your logging and stuff at the library too. Just stop in and to do that.
Oh, how cool. So not only is there the personal enjoyment of the reading, and then also the prize if you complete it. Sharon, I know that there are so many benefits to reading to someone else, to being read to. Can you tell us some of those bigger picture pieces of value of participating in a program like this?
Well, I think, Betty talked earlier about even the pre-readers, and I think that's something that parents sometimes forget, is that even if your child is not reading, there definitely is a value to reading to infants, even reading to the unborn child. The sound of the parent's voice, right? The pacing, the rhythm. So even reading to the very littles, we've even, Betty and I have done story time, and we have talked to parents who say, like, they don't know if their child's paying attention, but they come home and they might repeat something they heard at story time or be singing part of a song. So these things do get stuck in a child's head, and something as simple as reading along to a child, they're smarter than we think they are. So definitely read to the littles, even if you think they're not paying attention.
Yeah, absolutely. What about for adults? What benefits are there to continuing to read? In case somebody ever presses me on, Tina, why do you spend so much time reading books? What can I tell them?
Well, my husband says that all the time, and I still haven't convinced him to read. But even for the adult reluctant reader, I think we are here as librarians to help them find something. So let's say a spouse says, well, I don't read, I'm not going to participate. We have magazines for just about every interest downstairs: fishing magazines, gaming magazines, political magazines. So there's going to be something that everybody's going to want to have. And for the really reluctant reader, even the child or the adult, I like to take them to the nonfiction section, because they might not like fiction, but let's say they're really into, they love to cook. Let's take them to the cookbook section, or they love to knit. Trust me, librarians' superpower is finding the reluctant reader something that they will enjoy.
Speaking of librarians and superpowers, I'm currently reading a book called Our Missing Hearts by Celeste Nig. And I just discovered her, and talking before we went live, I understand she's got a lot more books. I'm looking forward to checking those out. But what I'm discovering in this powerful, powerful story is that librarians are really the quiet heroes that are carrying it along. And so I love that concept. And that's what I'm currently reading. What are you guys currently reading?
I'm actually listening to a book, a young adult book. It's an older one, The Book Thief. And it's, very, I shy away from World War II stories at this point because they can be exhausting, but the viewpoint, and it written with the voice of death. And it's just a little bit different story that is the audiobook is so well done. So I'm finally getting back to an older book that I finally getting to, and truly enjoying that one.
Yeah, that's a great recommendation. And I'm glad to hear you bring that up. I put off reading that one for a long time too, kind of for the same reasons, but you're right. It was such a fresh viewpoint, and the audio performance is really well done.
Yes.
I
What
just
about-
checked out one of our new playaways, actually, The Graveyard Book by Neil Gaiman. One of my favorite books of all time, my favorite Newbery winning book. And, I plugged it in my car audio. I have a little bit of a drive from Green Bay every day, so it's a perfect listen. It's about a baby who crawls out of his crib in the middle of the night and is raised by the inhabitants of the neighboring graveyard. So if that doesn't get you excited, I don't know what will. But
So is this nonfiction?
let's hope it's not. No, it is obviously fiction, and by Neil Gaiman, one of our great living authors.
Yeah, nice. Oh, that's wonderful. All right. So hopefully, viewers, this has given you some incentive to participate in this great program that Manitowoc Public Library is hosting. It is Warm Up to a Good Book, their 2024 winter reading program. It runs January 15th through February 25th. All you have to do is complete 10 hours, and there is a prize in it for you. Plus, you've gotten 10 hours of great reading in. Again, whether it's for yourself, whether you're reading to someone, whether you are listening to a book, it all counts. Do we miss anything?
Get started now. Like, come in and see us. We're happy to get you started. And also, Betty and I did story times today. The story time counts as well. I mean, we're reading to your children and your kids are listening. So you certainly can count those times you're at the library as well.
Yeah. It's a great thing to add to your New Year's resolutions, if you want to call them that. But just even if whether you're a regular reader or just, I should always do that. Now's the time we can help you find something that you're going to love and engage with, and is something to distract you from the weather outside.
This is why our librarians are superheroes. Thanks so much, Betty and Sharon, for joining me today. We really appreciate you all for watching this episode of Coffee on the Coast with my guests from Manitowoc Public Library. I'm Tina Prigge. We will see you next time. Take care, everyone. Happy reading.
Thank you.